Hey guys, before we get into the video, I just want you guys to check out the Teespring shop that I made. We have shirtless Jiren hoodies as well as other cool things that you guys might want to check out. So make sure you guys visit it in the link below and enjoy the video. Thank you. What's going on, everybody? Super Saiyan Paul here, back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the premise of Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegeta, and if we're ever going to see it in a future Dragon Ball series, as well as maybe future other Ultra Instinct characters, if you guys think that there's going to be other ones that exist, because Ultra Instinct and the entire concept of it, what's beautiful about it is that it's not limited to only the Saiyans. Does this mean that Vegeta can't ascend to it or anything like that? No, it still has a lot of potential for Vegeta possibly getting the form as well, because both Whis was training both him and Goku at the same time, and if Vegeta fixes his flaws, he can easily probably jump into Mastered Ultra Instinct with a bit of time. Now, the thing about that, though, is that with Vegeta getting Mastered Ultra Instinct, I want to know from you guys, do you guys think that Vegeta would be able to take on Jiren? The one, the only Jiren. The reason why I'm asking this is because Goku is going to lose. If you guys didn't already know, in Dragon Ball Super Episode 131, from the spoilers that have been revealed, Goku is going to lose his fight to Jiren. After all of the hype on both sides for Mastered Ultra Instinct and all of the hype we've seen in Episode 129 and beyond, Goku's still going to find a way to lose, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to build up Jiren for the future, because Frieza is going to take the win, we know this, and Jiren, being the character that he is going to defeat a Mastered Ultra Instinct and most likely be dropped just because he's just drained of energy. But that brings the question, do you guys think that if we had Mastered Ultra Instinct Vegeta, would that have been enough to take on Jiren? Because yes, Goku and Vegeta are similar in terms of power, but in terms of fighting style, not necessarily. They're pretty much different in that regard, as well as analyzing their opponents. We know that Vegeta probably has the upper hand in some of those sections. What do you guys say Vegeta's upper hands and strengths are? Because you guys saw he nailed a hit on Jiren, and he studies these enemies really, really hard, and that's the best part about Vegeta. Like, he never gives up, and no matter what. And we know that Goku has a lot of these similar traits too, but Vegeta and his pride pushing him forward, especially like if he got the form after Goku, I think he would master it a bit quicker, simply because that's just how Vegeta rolls. It's how his character's been, and I would have actually rather see some of that in the tournament as well. Like, if both of them had gotten Ultra Instinct back when people were speculating, okay, Goku has defensive Ultra Instinct and Vegeta has the attack Ultra Instinct coming his way. That's what I would have actually liked to have happened, because Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolution, it's not necessarily the flashiest form in terms of physical appearance, and the only thing that saved it for me, my personal opinion, is the fact that they gave Toppo God of Destruction level powers and Hakai and these things of that nature. They hyped Toppo to the point where he was basically God of Destruction, and it just finalized the fact that Super Saiyan Blue in its maxed out form, or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolution, the correct name, is enough to take on God of Destruction level tier, and that kind of confirms that Mastered Ultra Instinct, when you scale it compared to that, especially with Jiren being the scale, Beerus is pretty much done for. Like, he even basically said that Mastered Ultra Instinct is stronger, and Goku, his little rival from the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, is even stronger than anything before. But tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that Vegeta should have gotten the attack Ultra Instinct, and do you guys think he would have actually been able to beat Jiren in this tournament and actually have taken him on, unlike what Goku is about to do, and fall to his knees? And what attacks do you think that Vegeta would bring to the table here? Because Vegeta, being the cocky warrior that he is, do you see him giving another speech or something of that nature? Because remember back when he got Super Saiyan, and he went Super Saiyan for the first time against Android 19 in the fight in the Android/Cell saga, that moment right there stood out amongst everything. And the good part about that is like when he had this little speech about him transforming into the Super Saiyan and how he went through all of his struggles just to get there. I liked the speech that he gave towards the end of Super, and I was hoping that we would get another one like that. I don't think anything has surpassed anything in the Majin Vegeta arc speech, but that's up to personal preference. And Ultra Instinct Vegeta in its like finest moments, if he had shown off the attack premise of it, would have been the greatest thing ever. Now, with that being said, and all of these things put on the table here, I still say, like, being the Vegeta fan that I am, do I like Vegeta more than Goku? It usually goes back and forth. Like, there's some years where I like Vegeta more than Goku, and there's some other times where I like Goku more than Vegeta. Right now, I think I'm leaning towards Goku, but I would have honestly liked to have seen Vegeta get the win for this one. The reason why, and here's why. If you guys have taken notice of Dragon Ball Super, every single arc that has happened so far, Goku's taken an L, and I think the only person I remember taking like a major victory, but that's not like a side character or a side ace or a side MVP, which they gave to Vegeta in both tournaments and even a bit in the Goku Black arc. And even in, yeah, actually that was in every single arc. That was Goku, that was Vegeta's role, the second fiddle. I think the person that got the major win in Dragon Ball Super was Trunks. He actually redeemed himself in terms of combat, not necessarily in terms of the victory over the villain, because Zamasu still won. That's what was one of the redeeming qualities about Zamasu. But Vegeta didn't really get to win anything, and if you paid attention to Goku, Goku lost every single one. He lost to Beerus, he lost to Frieza. They had to undo that with time, so I don't count that as a victory. He lost a hit because he jumped out of the ring. And then moving into the Goku Black arc, he didn't win that one either because that was Trunks. The fusion failed and all of these things. And then moving into the Tournament of Power, he's losing against Jiren. So all of these things that hyped up Goku, in this series, he took the most L's, but he also took the most power buffs, which is really interesting to see because Goku technically became his own villain in the series, and Vegeta was like the knight in shining armor, so that would have been a really, really interesting redeemable quality to it all too, because Vegeta getting the power, Vegeta taking on Jiren, Vegeta getting a win, and in place of everything that's happened, him being the one to take on Jiren and defeating him. I'm not necessarily sure it would have had as much hype as Goku and Jiren, but it would have been something refreshing to see. And that also brings to question what other beings would be able to like unlock Ultra Instinct, because things like that, the fact that it's not a Saiyan exclusive transformation, I'm going to be making another video on this later on. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications for that. It's going to be interesting to see if any other characters that we know might be able to ascend into it, because Dragon Ball Super revolved around the Super Dragon Balls, but with Ultra Instinct being all the rage right now, and maybe even Jiren possessing it, we're not entirely sure about that yet. But from the previews, he might just. It's going to be really interesting to see how many beings have this power that rival gods, and where does it go from here, because if maybe even the Grand Priest and all these other guys have it, and how does it scale against one another, which we're probably going to see in episode 130. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think Vegeta should have gotten Master Ultra Instinct attacked? And do you guys think that Vegeta would win in a fight against Jiren, especially in this final battle that's upcoming here, because with Goku taking the L and Frieza having to steal the victory at the very end here because Jiren's drained, do you think Vegeta would have been able to hold out and take on Jiren and study all of his fighting attacks in a very, very organized fashion enough to take on Jiren and defeat him unquestionably, or actually down to the wire if anything? Because Goku losing here, it does nerf some of the form's presence, and the thing about it is that they've hyped this form up for so long, even before the tournament came out. All of the images we saw without him even having the white hair, Ultra Instinct was all of the rage, including the new intro and everything leading up into this arc, and for it to just still end up losing against a person that they also hyped up just as much, if not more. And it's just so weird how everything worked out in the end here, because if Jiren didn't get the win, that would have really hurt the arc as a whole, because some people don't really like Jiren's character at all, and that's why they hate this ending more than anything, because a character that has yet to prove himself story-wise, and even more so in terms of combat, because all we know is Omae wa Shinuru, I'm the strongest. It's not necessarily as filling as you would want it to be, because it's still very shallow as a character, and some people do like that, although I still really don't, because you could take this and put this onto any generic enemy. I think the best part about it was that Goku Black's arc, he had a lot better of a motive. He had a lot better of a backstory. That's why that arc stood out so much, and that's why it's the fan favorite one more than anything right now. So I think if they switched it up and let Vegeta win, at least it changes things up towards the end of the arc, because we thought Goku was going to win the Goku Black arc and didn't necessarily happen. happen. Trunks did, and that's why that stood out so much as well. So imagine if it got handed to Vegeta. Vegeta took on Jiren. Vegeta beats Jiren, and then all of a sudden, it's just in Vegeta's palms to become the next god of destruction or something like that. Because he did say he wanted to come for Beerus, and if you flash it back to the beginning of Super, and instead of him having to like stand on the sidelines, just know that he can stand toe to toe with not only Toppo, but he can also stand toe to toe with Beerus, and the person that tyrannized not only him but the Saiyans through Frieza, because it was just really cool to see that his own father feared Beerus, and all the flashbacks that he had from the beginning, Vegeta finally getting the edge here with Mastered Ultra Instinct and not having to take these orders. It was Vegeta's goal since the beginning when he met Beerus to take him on and be able to like come back at him. And I think in terms of character development, more than anything, giving this much power to Vegeta, we've really seen something dramatical change about him, because he was becoming a very humble character and like a mentor towards the other Saiyans, and seeing if you place this much power in his hands, what he would be able to do with it and how would he be able to change as a character with it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe for more. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care. Peace.